Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, king of comics down here in Columbus, Ohio.
Woohoo! We're here for episode 370, 370, dude. We've
That's
been here
a lot.
for a while.
That is like many.
Yeah, a couple of them. It's good stuff, though. It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff. As always, we welcome you guys back. So glad to see you, especially you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi. Pleasure. Okay, so in the world of entertainment and comics and things like that, let's see, what sort of news do we have? Soon Loki starts.
Yeah, it's come up here. Like, is it June 11th?
I think it's the 9th. I think
so
they
yeah.
kicked it early. So, yes, that's right. June 9th. That's going to kick off, and that's going to be another piece of the puzzle that hopefully is going to last us into Black Widow. Which I'm a little excited.
Yeah, I just want it to come out. Like, it's like I was super excited to watch it, and now I'm just kind of like, just let it breathe.
Yeah, just let it happen.
Get it out there.
Come on. You know what? I think what we should do for Black Widow, in honor of some of the things in the city opening back up, we should maybe partner with a local theater and do something there.
Yeah,
I know a guy. We'll make it happen. We'll tell you guys about it so that if you're in town, you can come safely though. Mask up. We got to do that. That's awesome. I did start watching MODOK.
Okay. All right. Third Eye Blind episode.
Oh my god.
It's so Patton Oswaldy.
It is. It is.
Did they clear all the characters with Marvel? We're like, is it cool
I hope not.
Right?
I don't want them to just snuck that in there and somebody's like, you can't.
Oh, right? But like, all right. So as my family's sitting and watching it, they keep like running stuff past me. Like, are those snail people real? Yeah, that's an actual.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Those are characters. Those are real. I mean, if you know the Marvel pantheon of characters, it's a smile fest. It really is.
It really
because it's kind of like this crazy who's who. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like this weird sort of robot chickeny sort of vibe to it. But it's mad funny.
And it's heartwarming. Funny. Like there's moments like there's an actual love between MODOK and his soon-to-be ex-wife, and like him like trying with his daughter.
Yes,
like legit trying. Just he's MODOK.
So it's just he's designed for killing, not love.
Not love.
So that's what happens, man. But it's one of those great things, man. Did you check out any of the second season of Love, Death, and Robots?
Not yet. I'm so behind. I need to.
Oh my god.
Like I've heard it's good.
Oh my god. I mean, yes. There's one episode I will not. Yes, I will. All Around the House. That's all I'm going to tell you. You watch that one. I've terrorized my children with this one on purpose.
Oh,
there you go. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes,
that's that goodness. But yes, that's the cool stuff. Do we have any announcements for the shop?
No.
I mean, don't say it like that.
Just the continued preparations.
Yeah. Like. Big things coming, Free Comic Book Day.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Hopefully. So, yeah.
I wonder, okay, this is going to be crazy as a question. If there were people that weren't necessarily comfortable coming into the shop, would we be able to do a drive-through sort of setup in the parking lot?
Yeah, been kicking that around because we've got the awning underneath. Like, all of you have been to the shop. There's like an awning where we can set up so even if it's windy or rainy or whatever, people can drive by and so we can figure something out to because everybody's level of comfort is going to be at different stages.
Of course,
no reason to prevent somebody who might not feel as comfortable in group settings, which is going to be tough for most of us.
While.
There's no reason we can't accommodate in some way, shape, or form.
I did. There's the dinosaur exhibit at the historical center, and the way that they have that set up is kind of that idea of driving through. But what was really cool, and I implore any creators that are out there, talk to your local shop and set up something like this because it would be brilliant. They had like audio pieces that you could play at different stations, and it would tell you about where you are.
Yeah.
So if you guys are apt for pitching your comics, even if it's like little videos, and maybe your shop has a YouTube channel, if somebody is celebrating Free Comic Book Day, maybe they have a bunch of your pitches up there, and people can kind of drive through your space, and you can grab what you want. So just an idea, just throwing something out there. It's a lot of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, this 2021 is going to be different. It's our moment to press the reset button and restructure almost every aspect of our lives for the better.
Yeah. So let's make better. You know what also makes better? good books. Wow, we had some good books this week.
And this is the beginning of another one of those 5 Wednesday months, which are supposed to be watered down, spread out.
Who lied? Somebody lied
Someone's
about this.
lying, and I want to thank them.
Yeah, me too, actually.
It's just so many books.
That's such a real thing. I do got to give a shout out to DC Comics. This is the beginning of Pride Month, and they have a slew of titles that are promoting. So, yes, this is one. So, in celebration and representation, I think this is one of those interesting things where, for me personally, that is not necessarily the foot that I lead with, but I still recognize the importance that it has for many people. So, this is a great thing, and I'm excited to see what titles come out from this, for people to feel included, and that's awesome.
Yeah, representation matters.
Yes. So, let's get into it. Okay, so when it comes to honorable mentions, we've got 2 that are the same. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Let me do Blood, Skulls, and Chrome.
Okay.
All right, so Second Sight Publishing. Blood, Skulls, and Chrome. It's got a very, very motorcycle gang, Sons of Anarchy kind of vibe to it.
Okay.
It's gritty, it's earthy, it's just like real life style crime.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. It is... Shout out to the creators. Hanu Kisela is the story and writer. Mohamed Ramlan and Marcelo Salazar are the artists, and I believe Mohamed and Hanu were the creators behind everything.
Dope.
And yeah, like it's really, if you're missing Sons of Anarchy, pick this up because it has that vibe. It's a motorcycle gang that's in flux. Motorcycle club.
There you go.
That's in flux, both financially and within their people. So there's like a leadership change that might be coming, which is not something everybody's looking forward to.
Drama.
Yeah, a murder that wasn't supposed to be figured out's going on. So yeah, highly recommend.
That's dope. All right, so I'm gonna take that level and I'm gonna go Heroes Reborn.
Yeah.
Now this was a hard choice for me. Like this was a really good read. Jason Aaron, R.M. Guerrera. So you got the goddamned team. What else did they do? They did oh my god, I can see it and now I can't call the title. What other book did they do? It wasn't just the goddamned. I thought they together did something else. Was it Scout?
Was it Brother? Yeah, Scout.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, it's there. I know it's real.
It's something. Yeah. Okay. So taking on Nighthawk.
Tough character.
Oh my god. Okay. So obviously, if you're a fan of the Squadron Supreme, you know they are analogs, archetypes, if you will, of some other distinguished competition. This one lives in that space so well. It's brilliant. So definitely check this out. I'm actually loving a lot of the pieces that they have here, and I hope that some of it actually doesn't go back. Yeah. And, as always, thank Mephisto, because it's so good. So yeah, definitely check that out. Man, it was so hard to put that down here in the honorable mentions, but that just means I read some dope stuff.
Yeah, there's so much other good stuff this week.
Keep it 100. Yes.
All right. Boom Studios. We've got Basilisk, number 1. Cullen Bunn, Jonas Sharp, Alex Gimenez. All right. So this one,
that's got good art too.
It really, really does. The art style is super awesome. The color choices are really, really cool. It's got a Clive Barker-ish sort of in vibe to it that Cullen's doing. And by that I mean Clive has done a really good job over his career of creating these alternate mythoses, these potential religious or spiritual structures that exist alongside ours but below most people's notice.
Nice.
And there's a group of people that kind of have that. They have some kind of superpowers, some kind of powers, and there's a mystery. It's brutal. Like when that power goes off, it's just
that is awesome.
So over the top. So there's 2 factions. They're trying to get at each other. There's so much that I can't say because it kind of gives it away. But
of course,
yeah, like really, really solid. Highly recommend.
Nice. All right, so also solid, highly recommended. Nocterra number 4. Again, okay, you guys have watched this show. You know I have been critical of Scott. I just needed him unfettered. It's literally what the issue is. I don't know what editorial was holding him down. Cut it out. This has been a joyous ride. I would say it's a modern take on like an 80s movie like The Wraith.
Oh!
Yes!
Yeah.
Like, that's what the vibe is here. If you don't know what that movie is,
Google.
yeah. Find it, watch it. Charlie Sheen, surprise you. It really will.
Yep.
Kind of amazing. But that's the vibe that I get. It's like this modern-esque vibe of that. You're talking crazy sci-fi features, but like very character-driven.
Yeah.
This is where he's excelling. Like, Scott, great job.
Doing a good job, buddy.
Great job, yo. Like, I've loved this one. This one took a turn. Like, I was really worried after last issue. I was like, man, come on. This one, the nice calm before the storm. And I can't wait for the next issue because we're going to get into some stuff.
Nice.
All right, so of the ones that we've read mutually,
Yes.
Which one do you want to start with?
I almost kind of want to do this one because it was actually really interesting.
Yes, indeed. So this one, sorry guys, this is not going to be on your shelves. This is one that I got from my buddy Jason Inman. I supported his Kickstarter for Super Best Friend, and I got the rewards today. So because there were 2 copies that I got, I brought them. One for Ryan to read, one for me to read. Okay, so here's the vibe. Think Silver Age era Superman style stories, but from the perspective of Jimmy Olsen, right? Who is the super best friend.
Yeah.
But what sort of fun, crazy hijinks could come about in this world where instead of it being the literal, 1970s past, it's more modern, and you've got this guy that actively records everything. Not just take pictures.
Social media. Live streaming.
Right?
Imagine that. Like, you got Superman fighting Brainiac, live stream it.
Yeah.
You'd get 1 million views.
A bajillion, right? But that comes with a little bit of risk, right? And, we've all had it where we've accidentally butt dialed or didn't unstream.
Yeah.
You talk about hijinks.
Yeah.
Like, this is really dope, though. Okay, so Jason Inman is the writer, and George Cambadeus, I hope I'm saying that right. Cambadeus, maybe that's closer. It's really solid, like really dope. I enjoyed reading this tremendously. It's got all the fun tropes of the Superman archetype, and yours truly makes a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, super fun. I didn't even know. Like when I pledged this, I had no idea. So it was a welcome surprise. And yeah, my job in this universe, I'm all for it. Like, please believe there might be some fanfic coming. Jason, just giving you that heads up of that thing. So. Just throwing it out there. Might happen.
DC Comics presents The Conjuring.
Yes.
The Lover.
Number 1. Okay. Now this, I didn't know that this was going to be an anthology series when I first popped it open.
Yeah.
Like, that got me. And, okay, so all of this goodness, we've got 3 different stories here, right? We've got The Conjuring, the Lover, right? Title track. Written by David L. Johnson, Mick Goldrick, and Rex Ogle. Art by Gary Brown. Gary, you, sir, you have many things that I worry about.
Yeah. It takes place
in the best way possible.
In the Conjuring universe, too.
Yes.
So that's actually pretty important.
Yes. Tales from the Artifact Museum, The Ferryman, written by Scott Snyder, again. Unfettered, telling great stories. Freaking love it. Dennis Cowan, legend. Absolute legend. Let's see, we've got The Macabre Mail Orders, written by David Johnson McGoldrick and Rex Ogle, with art and lettering by Dave Johnson. So those are like the little ads that you see in here, but they are amazing.
Yeah.
So
who's the man now, Brad?
You'll see it. You'll get it. And this is why I say there are 3 stories, because that one is an absolute take.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to these stories existing in the universe that is The Conjuring, new movie coming out this week, what I love, though, is that so far, 2 of the main characters from the series are not present. So we're really just getting into the horror side of it.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Is this going to be the Mandalorian for The Conjuring? Where it's like, the Warrens won't be in this. Like, it's just going to be other people having to deal with whatever nightmarish crap is happening.
Y'all need to use the Mandalorian for The Conjuring.
Because imagine that. Like, instead of calling them in, and you're in college, in
just
that
gotta
library
be-
like
oh
that,
my-
like that
I
chick.
would've
You
pooped. I would have pooped.
right? I would have personally wet myself.
Yes.
And,
And then smeared it over whatever's face and was
no,
like, "This is your fault. You made me do it. You made me do it." These are fantastic. These are terrifying, short little snippets of absolute horror.
Yeah.
And I dig it. I dig it a lot.
So it's the Scott Snyder one is so Tales from the Crypt.
Oh my God, yes.
Like it was so like this Scott, when you do the horror, like the
Man.
witches, oh my God. And yeah,
So on point. So on
really
point.
good. And as much as you're saying like, wow, they really like this book, that just should tell you how awesome the books that are going to hit the acrylic are.
Yeah, without question. And speaking of, let's just jump right into them.
Yeah.
Okay, so of these, we only have one that's the same.
Yes, that is correct.
So, where would you like to start, sir?
See, I made cuts, but I was
did.
about to read Everfrost, but I didn't have time. So why don't we start with Black Mask's new title, Everfrost?
Black Mask, Everfrost. The creative team is Same Kivela as the artist. Ryan Lindsay is the writer. Colorist Lauren Affe. Letterer Jim Campbell. Editor Dan Hill. Designer Phil Smith. I'm giving everybody love. Why? Because this book is fantastic. Okay, so here's my thing. When you're talking about imprints like Behemoth, shout out to Nate Yoakum, who celebrated birthday yesterday when you guys are watching this. Imprints like Behemoth, imprints like Aftershock, imprints like Black Mask, Volt, they are where I think we will find the next like Grant Morrison type writer. And Ryan, I think you might be one of those types. This is otherworldly. It's deep. It's got. I mean, check out the artwork, man.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the art is fantastic.
When I was doing my flip through, because I like to spoil stuff for myself, I was like, "This is gorgeous."
Yeah,
It's otherworldly because it takes place in the science fiction on another planet, but like it's so fleshed out.
Yes. What I love the most is, and it's always a challenge, like as a writer, I know that when you introduce somebody to a world and you have characters that have clearly existed in this world before I open the page, to make it feel like that's true is hard. Like that's not an easy thing to do. You have, character relationships, enemies, all kinds of fun stuff, and they play this out so well. 8 is my favorite character. I'm sure he's not supposed to be, but he is. And there's something just magical. Like it's so over the top, but at the same time, like oddly accessible.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Had no idea what to expect. I just liked the cover. That definitely got me. And then reading it, I was like, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. So high level, definitely love it. Ryan Lindsay, you're on my writer's watch list. So yeah.
Not bad. Star Wars, War of the Bounty Hunters, #1, not to be confused with War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha #1. This is the actual full kickoff of this.
Okay.
Written by one Charles Soule.
Hey.
Oh my God, so good at what he does. All right, so for those of you not aware of what this thing is, this story is going to be taking place from the time between Han getting thrown in carbonite and ending up at Jabba's palace. What happened between, like, how did
Oh, that was not an A and B John.
Oh, no. We've got a new criminal organization. We've got a body being stolen. We've got backstabbing. We've got Boba Fett. One of the things I love about Boba Fett is he is so badass.
Okay.
And, like, in an unapologetic way. Like, it doesn't come across as, like, overpowered or anything. Like, he just does what he does, and he's one of the best at it.
Nice.
And so it is Boba Fett. All right. It's not going to ruin anything because it's already Alpha already came out a while ago.
Right.
Boba Fett's got Han and carbonite. He's supposed to get it to Jabba. Someone steals Han. So now Boba Fett's like, I need to figure out who did it. I'm gonna kill him,
and then
yeah, and that's just him. Yeah, and this is where the full, all the like intricate parts of this conspiracy are starting to be shown to us. And yeah, like it's
did they know they were stealing from Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's a calculated thing, like, oh, it's Boba Fett, we can deal with it.
Oh.
No.
You know what?
Y'all gonna be space chalk outlines.
See, and that's one of those things where, okay, so I'm a newbie to the Star Wars ness, right? I'm only 20 years in. So when it comes to Boba Fett, I never had the reverence for him, right? Because like I'm like, he ended up in a hole in the like it didn't matter, right? Like
Sarlacc pit,
whatever. But now I'm understanding like Boba had a reputation, for a reason,
well deserved.
Like
if he showed up and you're like, oh, can I just kill myself and save you the trouble? Like, that's Boba Fett.
I'll just I don't want to. I get it. Do you mind if I do this one?
No.
Oh, God. Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 2, Issue 1. Burnett, Dini, Templeton, Cabina. Like, you ever read something and you just wanted to watch it instead?
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like this is... It's like my favorite episode that doesn't exist. Like I feel like this is the Mandela effect in book form, okay? So as you can tell from the cover, seemingly the subject matter therein is going to be the Court of Owls. This is clearly an homage to a Talon, and oh my God, imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Batman the Animated Series, but with the Court of Owls, the Talons, all of the... So this is amazing. We've got Batman, we've got Boston Brand, who makes an appearance, which is amazing. I mean, man, okay. Here's...
How do we kidnap Conroy?
Make him read this. That's all I want. Like, him to read this, Lauren Lester. You know what? I wonder how much they would charge for that. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him. Like, would you do a video reading of this comic series? Why hasn't DC done this?
DC too busy doing stupid.
What in the world, guys? Y'all have a whole first season. I would watch the snot out of that.
If only DC was attached to like a movie or a production company, like I don't know, maybe like a Warner Brothers,
Warner Media of some sort. That would be
right. They have the access to it.
Oh my God, dude! Like, no joke. With minimal recasting, we could audiobook it.
Yeah,
I would subscribe to seasons of them just reading these continued adventures.
Like old school radio serial style.
Oh my God. Give me like a Teddy Ruxpin style bat doll and you put this in there and that's what you... I've upset myself.
Man, you shouldn't have thought of that.
I know, man.
I'm angry for you.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Somebody make this happen. Or at the very least, if you're not going to do that, okay, I get it. That might be hard to do. When you decide to actually relaunch the DCEU, you get writers like Paul Dini, Alan Burnett, and or Bruce Timm to run it. Like, they're good at it. They've done it before. Before we even knew what they were doing, they did it. So, maybe, perhaps.
Who knows?
Chance, dare to dream.
All right. From DC Black Label, where they're not screwing up. All right. The Nice House on the Lake.
I don't believe that title. I feel like that is a misnomer. Like it's meant to get you to feel a certain kind of way.
It kind of does. Like, I'm like, oh man, it's why would it have such a nice title? But then there's like someone floating in a lake full of skeletons, and then there's the house in the background. Well, James,
it is nice though. Yeah.
James Tynion IV, Alvaro Martinez Bueno, and Jordi Belair are the creators behind it.
God, look at that gorgeousness!
It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. The art is fantastic.
Oh my God.
The color choices are amazing. When things bounce between the comic narrative and then like emails, which are a major form of communication in this.
That's cool.
Yeah. Jordy, your color choices.
Fantastic.
Primo. And
like I'm looking at this like this is a dream.
Yeah. Alvaro absolutely murders it with his art. Like it's just amazing. So this story is Tynion is just the master of all that he surveys when writing. And in this particular story, there's this really cool friendship circle, and it's extended friends. Like I got my 5 friends, and then one of them is friends with another 5 friends, but we don't necessarily interact, and it creates this kind of web. of people that or you're just a few people removed from.
Right.
And there's this really interesting conversation that takes place at the beginning of this over the course of several months with this person and two people, one a young man, one a young woman.
Mm-hmm.
And like the joke is like, oh, what would you, if you could choose the end of the world, what would you choose? And they're like, oh yeah, well, what can we pick whatever we want? And what this person does not know is, I don't know if I can say it.
No, that might be a spoiler.
That would be a huge spoiler.
But let me ask you this question. What would you choose?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a toughie. God, I don't know. Just, am I there? Like, if I'm not there, there's some cinematic fun.
I don't even care.
But if I'm there, oh, man, that's a toughie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many, like, from your easy stuff, like, meteor strike,
right,
or a pandemic, or an alien invasion.
I'm gonna pick the alien invasion. I want the Venusian sex pirates to come and make sweet love to us into oblivion. That's the apocalypse I'm looking forward to.
That wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. But yeah, this is.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I was so blown away because when the plot twist hits you,
yeah,
it's so perfect because you don't really see it coming, and then as you start to because you're on the train tracks, you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. What is that light?
What is that?
That's the plot twist.
It's way closer to you than you thought. The light was just really dim. That's what that was.
It was an LED.
Nice.
Yeah, just so
good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. Okay, last but certainly not least,
Jace.
Out of Body #1, AfterShock Comics, Peter Milligan, Anaki Miranda, Sal Cipriano, and Ava Dela Cruz. So one half of the Miranda brothers who gave us was it We Live?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jace.
Yeah, Peter Milligan. You know that name. You love that name. I didn't know what this was.
Neither did I.
Right?
I it's one of those that for AfterShock #1s, I look at the creative team and then I order blind. I don't read the little blurb because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to go into a completely blank slate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And oh my gosh, this is such an interesting concept.
Very. It's funny because I looked at the cover and I'm like, this is dynamic and fantastic. I want to see what this is.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I read it that the cover totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. Which is one of those weird sort of scenarios where it brought me in, didn't tell me squat, but then told me everything after you enjoy the book. Great job. Okay. So this is a combination of almost like 3 different character-driven stories.
Yes.
That are intertwined, interwoven. We have the sense that the afterlife is something that's real. Mm-hmm. Communication between facets of the living and the dead can happen. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to give you. Yeah. Anything else is a spoiler. But, I mean, you've got... No, I take that back. There's a whodunit nature to it.
Because we don't know.
We don't know. So you've got this paranormal... I don't want to call it supernatural yet. Paranormal... murder mystery that is beautifully written and wonderfully rendered. Yeah.
What's alive? What's dead?
What is it?
Because
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a fan of The Matrix, but I love The Matrix. And this gives me those vibes where that gives me those vibes. Right. So where you're like, what does it mean to harness, the soul and to access this and to be in that space mentally? I am really curious on what sort of actual studies there are that look into that.
Because there's got to be something,
right? Gotta be ways to deal with trauma so that you can go back, look at it. It's almost like,
has somebody done that?
That's the question. That is the question.
And what would it really do?
I mean, I think it would give you the greatest, sense of I don't know, comfort, closure possible, right? And
maybe, yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, so for those of you that can go back to the Wayback Machine, in Captain America Civil War, at the beginning, Tony is talking about his barf technology.
Yeah.
Bad name. But this is actual, like, science that kind of gives you that same opportunity.
Yeah.
Which, wow. Like, the ground that covers is pretty incredible. I honestly think, like, this could be the beginnings of, like, the new Invisibles to somebody.
Yeah.
You know? Like...
Because it's not just it's not just a supernatural world, it's not just a real physical world. There's this kind of crazy crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the one dude who's...
just making it happen.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Because, I'm trying to figure out how to not spoil stuff.
It's almost impossible. Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to cast the Doctor here, who would you have play him?
Oh, that's
Looking at him,
question.
I mean, he's kind of handsome,
yeah,
right? You know, but
he's got to act with his eyes
a lot, like a lot of emoting.
That's a toughie.
I tell you what, let's give that to you guys. Once you get this book and you read it, I'm really curious. Who would you cast? Fan cast. Black, white, and red all over fan cast. Who is the Doctor in this one?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what people would fan cast the entire thing.
Also true.
Because there's like 5-ish main characters.
Right. So you got Abigail McGrath, August Frine, and Dr. Dan Collins.
Yeah.
Those are, your tried and trues. So who would you guys cast as them?
Yeah, this is... And how do you get... Like, you don't just make that outfit.
No. You had to study, read some things. Maybe murder? Maybe.
Light murder?
Very light. Is it murder if I don't let your soul die?
There you go. Like
These are the questions.
If your soul is stored in a Grey Poupon jar, is it really murder?
Is it?
Or is it just transcendentalism?
Boom. Ooh, existential. I like that. That's a good question. Oh, yes. Obviously, we read some amazing books. We want to know what other amazing books you guys read. So also, in the comments below, let us know what we didn't cover. Or if you like what we did cover, shout it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you really despise our opinion on a book, let us know.
I mean, you're wrong, but let us know.
Yeah.
We entertain these things. We're all for it. Obviously, we hope that you like this. So give it that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, still give it the thumbs up. We're never going to know. Like, you're not... it could be your secret.
Yeah.
Wolf in sheep's clothing. You're like, haha, they think I like it, but they don't know. I secretly despise. And obviously, if you want to get more of this goodness every week, subscribe! Yes! Click the bell notification, because we drops in your DM. All sexy-like. Mm-hmm. And on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a...
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
2 of them. Together.
Yeah.